What's going on, you guys? Mitchell with MITHGO Outdoor Services here, and I am in Thomasville this morning. I've already got the Kubota warming up, getting ready to get it off the trailer. So I've got an 1,100 foot long driveway here behind me to do, and it's a little wet. It rained 2 days ago, and it was clear yesterday, sunny in the afternoon, but then we've had dense fog last night and this morning, which is a lot of moisture in the air. So the top surface of this is a little wet, and I hope it's not too wet. So let me flip the camera around and show you guys what we got going on. Alrighty, so I'm not gonna walk all the way down there, but this is the top of it. And again, 1,100 foot long driveway. The home is behind that row of pines right there, but there's a nice gravel base up here. They've got some rutting out right here where the big concrete trucks have messed that up. So what looks like mud, there's actually gravel underneath that. So I'm gonna get that turned up, but so it looks actually worse than it is. So gonna get it off, get the tractor off with the box blade and get started on this. But first I want to explain to you what I brought with me. Today I'm equipped with obviously the Kubota with the bucket on the front because it's great for back dragging with the gravel, but I've got a box blade for the tractor and a grading scraper. Okay, and I actually brought both of them. So as you can see here, I've got the box blade and I've got the grading scraper with me. And you may be asking, why did you do that? Well, I will tell you why. So the box blade is great out of these two for moving material and cutting a ditch, which the land plane or the grading scraper won't do. So there's a couple places where I need to rework the shoulders of the driveway to redirect water, and the grading scraper won't do that because of these side rails. You can't cut a ditch with this thing, but you can with the box blade. Okay, but so then why didn't I just do the whole job with a box blade? Because this driveway is so long, the grading scraper is perfect for it because the material will just move over these cutting edges instead of me having to move material. I don't really need to move any material here until tomorrow morning when I get my rock delivery, but until then I'm going to do the cutting with the box blade, come back, switch it out, put on the grading scraper, and start working on this driveway. Alright, you guys, so I got the tractor unloaded and I'm gonna scope out the whole driveway before I get started, because like I told you, it is a little wet, but I'm not having to dig down, and do like excavating or anything like that. So I'm basically, you can tell how rough it is, I'm basically just scratching the surface. And most of this driveway doesn't need rock. I am having a rock delivery done tomorrow morning. But if it needed gravel and it was like less gravel than there was soil, I may want to wait till this dries out a little bit, but I think we're going to be okay. So like I said, I'm just scoping it out right now, making sure that everything's ready to go. The homeowners got their stuff out of my way, which it looks like they do, and then I'll get started. So it's about 8 o'clock this time where I'm at, and I will probably be here 6 to 7 hours, and then I've got to come back tomorrow morning to put out the rock. And probably wonder why not just do it all on the same day. Well, at the time of filming, this is January the 2nd. New Year's was yesterday, and Monday the 2nd, and the rock quarry is closed, so unable to get rock today. So got to grin and bear it, deal with it, and move on. Alright, you guys, so I'm up here by the house, and this is an area where They want to add some gravel to do a parking pad, okay? As expected, it's a little wet. There's actually a soft spot right here that the tractor's just sinking down in. So I'm hoping, I'm gonna leave this alone. I've already got it scraped off, that it'll dry out between now and tomorrow. But I'm gonna cover all of this with gravel and then marry it up to the concrete that they have right there that goes around to their garage. So in theory, the driveway gravel will start at the corner and kind of curve around this way, curve, and then go out. But let you take a peek at the Kubota just to see that it is wet out here, but not too bad. So it's not like caking up on the tires. But anyways, yeah, so all right, I'm gonna start cutting the ditches and then switch over to the land plane. All right, so some may wonder, I'm sure there's 100,000 videos out there, but anyways, some may wonder like how you cut a ditch with the box blade, and you just either angle down or angle up to drop either your right edge or your left edge down lower. So in essence, when you drop the box blade down, the only place that is touching is this cutting edge right here. In turn, kind of cut in a little ditch line. So along this, going out of the driveway, along this right side, I need to cut along this side, and then coming in on the right side, coming in. All right, you guys, so bear with me, I'm on the GoPro and these things don't zoom in, but you can kind of make out the ditch line. So what I just showed you out the back of the tractor was me coming down this area right here, and in essence I ran along this. I know it's hard to see, but this driveway already has a nice crown to it. I'm just trying to get some of this material that's piled up on the edges gone. And there's already somewhat of a ditch line on the driveway to work with, but as you can see right here, so I cut that in, also pushed it way down in that little gully down there. Excuse me, hiccups. And I have come up this side, okay, and run a line here. Now there's a hole right here which we're going to fill in. So and I just got done cutting this in. So I just made it back to the trailer. I have switched out to the grading scraper. I dropped off the box blade, and some of you may have wondered why I had the grading scraper on a pallet on the trailer. And I've also got center blocks under the box blade, but for some reason, I don't know if it's a design flaw or whatever, but anyways, with the quick hitch on the back of the Kubota, when it drops the implement, the box blade and the land plane grading scraper all the way down to the ground, the hooks don't clear like the pinpoints. So you've got to be able to get the implement off the ground a little bit in order to get the quick hitch out from underneath it. So that's why I've got a pallet on the trailer and brought some center blocks with me to put the box blade on. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to switch them out when I got out here, and that would have royally sucked. So got everything leveled back up, and what I've done is I've dropped 2 of my scarifiers down on the right side, okay? In essence, the grading scraper pulls to the center the way the cutting edges are angled. And with this driveway being so heavily compacted where the tires are, I want to get that ripped up first before I put all the ripper shanks down. Plus there's a higher center because there's been so many concrete trucks and big trucks coming in and out of here. So in essence, when I'm running down it, I'm only going to be ripping up technically the tire tracks or the ruts until that's done. Then I'll put all the ripper shanks down, get everything tore up, then pull the ripper shanks up and make multiple passes. So doing these jobs requires a lot of patience and just knowing that it's going to take time to get the job done. Alrighty, so stop to take a little bit of a lunch break and check out the Boda. Got it all nice and muddy. It's a little bit wet out here, but I am making do. So I'm hoping that it will dry out between now and tomorrow morning. So, update. Already got the ditches cut, and I ran over some sections with the box blade. Hit it with the grading scraper. Again, it is a tad more on the wet side than I would like it, but I'm making it work. So it's clumping a little bit with the grading scraper as far as the material coming over it, so it's actually clumping. So I'm gonna put the box blade back on and back drag this thing, get all the clumps out. So if it was a little bit drier, the grading scraper would work perfectly, but a little bit too moisture because it's been so dang foggy and humid. But anyways, I'm going to grab some geotextile fabric to put down for the parking pad. It's a little bit wet up there and a little bit soft. That wasn't in the quote. I'm just going to make it happen because that's what we do. We do the right thing. And I've already told the client that since the conditions are not necessarily ideal, that I would come back out here free of charge and run back over this thing with a grading scraper once everything dried out, you know, in about a month or so. So the end game is I want the client 150,000% satisfied, so they tell other people about MITHGO Outdoor. So gonna finish up my lunch and probably back drag this thing.